Today's show is brought to you by Manscaped. You know the leaders in below the waistline grooming, right? You know them. You know that crew.
Yeah.
Well, Deke, I was thinking to myself, we are in the heart of the summer. We know that football season is here, and ball security, more importantly, is at a premium right now. All right. During this time of year, man, you got to protect your balls. And the best way to do that is with Manscaped. More importantly, the Lawnmower 4.0, the waterproof one with that little light that turns on and off. You know the one we talk about, Deke. I mean, it's things like that, baby. When you talk about going low and slow to make that tree trunk show a little bit more, baby, this is what you need, all right? So don't waste time. You want to check them out. They're here for you. But more importantly, Deke, as we always say, we don't talk about anybody unless we got a promo code.
Yeah.
And that promo code, ladies and gentlemen, is MOATS. You use that, you will get 20% off of your purchase along with free shipping worldwide at manscaped.com. So stop wasting time, man. Make sure you take care of your delicate twins. And I can assure you that anybody that is, privileged enough to interact with them, they'll appreciate you as well.
We've talked about Kenny Pickett's progression, week 1 to week 2. Here's what that looks like. First week, 13 for 26, 50%. 55 yards. That's pretty brutal, actually. One touchdown,
That's pretty brutal, actually.
2 picks. Second week, though, 71% completion, 170 yards, 3 tutties, no picks.
Yeah.
6.8 yards per completion. Just wanted to throw that out there. Has nothing to do with today, but that's just...
It just sounds good.
I'm just showing you what Pickett's doing.
I'm with it.
You talk about mental toughness. Like, I guess the team as a whole has the mental toughness, but Pickett grinding as a rookie, week 1 to week 2. That's pretty good right there. Alex Kazor says, Steelers are signing edge Rondell Moore. We already talked about that.
Go Dukes.
Hold on, let me get to more today here. All right. Ulysses Gilbert has a boot on his right foot.
Oh, you don't want that UG3? That ain't
Apparently
good.
he was doing pretty good
No,
this
he was.
training camp. All right. Pat Fryermuth and Claypool carrying pads onto the field today. Offense getting healthier.
Love to hear that.
Tyson Alualu in pads. Look like he's off the pop.
Love it. Because they said him and Minka should be back or getting closer to being back in terms of like full participants in practice. So,
I could be wrong. I think
because
Minka was
back
back
on Saturday.
Yeah, wasn't he back late last
Saturday?
week?
Or supposed to be on Saturday. Excuse me.
How about this?
Yeah.
It looks like Tuska definitely found a little niche on the team here.
Thank you.
It's unfortunate. Maybe not, though. Maybe he could be a good long snapper. He says, Derek Tuska working on long snapping today. The more you can do to help the team, the more valuable you are. And he's trying to secure a roster spot. He long snapped in high school, so this makes sense. So he'd probably be better than James Harrison, at least.
All I'm going to say is, Derek Tuska, don't sleep on him. Jannard Avery, don't sleep on him. Okay? And
you're saying they're good backups, though. We don't have to look elsewhere now.
Well, no. I'm saying they're going to get a chance. It was Delonte Scott. I think he's the other one. Yeah, those are the 3. Like, check them out, man. Especially on Saturday. Those will be ones, man, that have been, in terms of putting together a good camp. Put it like that. Those are 3 guys definitely at the outside linebacker spot, man, that have been turning some heads. Another cat, though, man, that you might want to check out, too, man. The young corner out of USC, Chris Steele. He's the other guy that's been turning some heads as well, man.
Well, we talked about his talent, and he just kind of underperformed at USC.
Yeah.
You never know. Sometimes you're a late bloomer and can be a lot better in the NFL than you are in college.
And think about a Mike Hilton type, right? He was an undrafted guy. You look at the career he's turned out. There's been plenty of dudes that come in, don't really have a lot of just consistency through college for whatever reason it is. But whenever it finally clicks, it clicks. Vontaze Burfict, another guy. Now we know him not being drafted. Him not being drafted was more off the field stuff.
I know he should have been top 5.
But once again, when you're talking about guys going undrafted, it's like, yo, you can still be undrafted and still have a heck of a career out of this thing, man. So yeah.
Larry Ogunjobi working in team today.
Let's go. I like that. Definitely like that a lot, man.
Jannard Avery made play of session with diving breakup on throw from Rudolph.
Ooh, okay.
About to start backs on backers.
Hey now, little thump. All
right, we got Steelers about to start 7 shots. Chase Claypool also working in team.
I like that. No
so
holding.
We're definitely getting healthier.
No holding.
Right.
No injuries. We're good to go.
11 personnel had Claypool, Deontay, and Pickens. That's what we like to see.
Bro, tell me that's not scary to look at. How do you match up with that? You got the crazy athlete in Deontay. You got big speed in Chase. And then you got the freak in terms of George Pickens. Oh.
Do we even have to have position descriptions? Because I would like to have Claypool in the slot a decent amount. But we could move these guys probably anywhere, all around the field.
The biggest thing for that element will be George Pickens. How fast does he pick up the multiple positions? Deontay and Chase, they know the offense. They can play X, Y, and Z. So them lining up on the outside, them lining up in the slot, they're not going to be tripping on that. Them lining up as the number 3 receiver, which is the Y position, but not in the core like a tight end, they understand those routes. For George, if he picks it up where he's able to be out there with all 3 and at any given time, it's like, yes, I can line up in the slot and I know this. Yes, coach, I can line up as the Z, I know this. I can line up as the X, I know this. Then yeah, everything will be fine. We could definitely do it like that. A lot of the reasons when you can't with some of these younger guys is they're not knowing every position like that. You know what I mean? It's not always just, oh man, he's got here and run this vertical route, run this route. It's like certain things we're going to have certain calls for, certain checks for. He got to know all of that to a level where they all feel comfortable. Because if it's a hot route, right? If it's a blitz coming and he's lined up at the slot, but all he knows is the outside spots. And whoever's at quarterback is expecting him to check this hot because this blitz is coming and he doesn't know that. Well, now you got this quarterback's getting killed. You know what I mean? So it's like that type of stuff.
Won't hurt just having Pickens on the outside anyway.
No, absolutely not.
All right, how about this one? Buddy Johnson making plays in 1v1 coverage drills. Ooh, 2 breakups early in a drill. Heavily slanted to the offense.
I like that. Yeah, whenever you're talking about the 1v1s for pass catching, that's an offensive drill. When you talk about backs on backers, that's a defensive drill. When you hear them talk about for the outside linebackers, the 6 technique, grab grass, where it's just one-on-one blocking, that's an offensive drill. So, yeah, man, that's actually good to hear that Buddy was having some success. The dude that was frying dudes, absolutely filet mignon on everybody, was Anthony McFarland last week.
Uh-oh.
Yes, this was Thursday before everything finally got shut down. Yes, bro. Put on a mixtape. It was filthy. Yeah, he was just doing everybody in.
Locked to make the team?
I ain't go there just yet now. I like it, man. This is this time of year. Everybody just put your feet to the fire every time. Is he a sleeper? Overrated? Underrated? Locked to make the team? Pro Bowl.
Well, we got Jalen Warren showing up,
you know? Jeez, we going there with it? Like, it's going to be interesting. I also,
McFarland felt like an afterthought just last week with the Warren talk.
But this is the thing, man. This is why training camp is so cool, though, because it's day to day. Certain days, this guy might look amazing. The problem with Jalen was this. We talked about Jalen was out on Wednesday or Monday.
It was earlier in the week.
It was earlier in the week. The problem was he started having drops and fumbles. That was the issue with Jalen. Yes.
He started reading the headlines.
Yep, exactly. So when you talk about these guys and when you ask me, hey, is he a lock to make the team? And I'm always like, I ain't going there just yet. I think he has a chance. I don't. It's because of stuff like that. Like Jalen, up until Wednesday,
you would have said, yeah.
He was on the money. He was looking phenomenal. The guys that I have out there were like, yo, no, this dude, he's definitely one of them ones. Then you're like, bro, what's going on here? He dropping passes, he's fumbling. He's like, yo, that will hurt you. But once again, it's day to day. So if he turns it on today, tomorrow, has a nice performance on Saturday, it's a totally different conversation. But you can't put that ball on the ground. Because that's the one thing for Coach Tom that he's like, nah, we don't play with that. Because that's how you get beat. It means too much to turn this ball over, especially from the running back perspective. Interceptions, they happen. Some of the stuff is fluky. A drop, a tip, whatever. But you can't put that ball on the ground once it's in your hands. And that's the thing for Coach T that he does not go for. So that's one of the things for Jalen where he's going to have to improve in that area.
Mark Robinson, great rep. Same drill as Buddy Johnson. Drove and broke on underneath throw to Master Teague.
Oh, let's
broke
get
it up. Robinson lacks long speed, but good in short area quickness. RB traits carrying over. Robinson looks like a good zone/hook player.
Well, that sounds about right from what we looked at with Robinson coming out of college. Definitely thought that he could be a downhill thumper, but I liked him definitely a lot more in the zone, reading routes, just being able to see the quarterback break. Robert Spillane type. I think he's more athletic than Robert, but in terms of him being a man-to-man cover guy at this level, to me, I think he's going to have to, it's going to take some time because it's not always just about being fast. You got to just understand routes, the dynamics
of that. That's
something
Vince developed as time went on, at least.
Right. It takes time, but you can pick it up. You can learn that. But but yeah, I think it'd be good though, man.
We're hearing good things about him.
I like Mark though, man. Mark's been straight.
The whole inside linebacker room, outside of this, the whole room's going to be interesting.
Marcus Allen, another one too, bro.
Because I was going to say,
another one.
We have a competition at the top with Bush and Spillane right now. But then also, there's 3, 4, 5 guys that are competing
Buddy
for
Johnson,
an extra
Mark
1 or 2
Robinson.
spots.
You talk about Marcus Allen in that conversation. Like, those 3 dudes right there. We know Spillane and D. Bush. We'll talk about that when we get to the depth chart in a second. But it's like, it's a lot going on that interior linebacker spot, man.
Larry Ogunjobi making presence known in run sessions. Stopped McFarland after a 1-yard run. Just got off the block, made the tackle. Next step. Welcome back, Larry O.
Let's get it.
He's been running second team nickel today. Wormley Hayward first team. Ogunjobi Adams second team. Loudermilk Liao third team. Ogunjobi now with the first team nickel.
Time out. Just think about what you just said right there. You said Isaiah Loudermilk and
Liao
in the third team.
I wouldn't mind running him out there first team every once in a while.
But that's what we talk about, the
young
depth.
athletic.
You know what I mean? We talk about the depth board. It's like, yo, that's crazy
line,
too, bro. Yeah,
exactly. Minka Fitzpatrick not working in live tackle sessions, but in team drills now.
Pads, though. Yeah,
Ogunjobi did some work with the first team nickel though, as practice went on. It looks like.
Yeah.
So what? Him and Cam.
Mm-hmm. Now I like that, man.
Could be a lethal unit.
Yeah, when you're talking about pass rush ability, Larry definitely can get. He gives you that 100%. He'll give you that, man. But I'm liking the fact that they're bringing him along the way that they are. It's a lot easier when you come back from injury in terms of playing in nickel, because it's like passing downs. It's kind of like a third edge rusher. Hey, you only come in on third downs, you know what to expect. It's a lot easier on your body. So for Larry, I do like that if that's kind of what they're hinting to right now. And obviously we'll know more as these preseason games start to happen and stuff like that. But I do like that though, man, because Larry definitely
run nickel how much there. Anyway, right?
Oh yeah, we in nickel.
At least
60 probably. I mean, depending on who you playing, yeah.
Yeah, because then you have Watt and Highsmith rushing off the edge.
Yep.
Quarterback talk. Mitch Trubisky goes 0 for 4 to this team session. Calvin Austin dropped a final pass on the deep end cut, though. Kenny Pickett driving the ball to the sideline this session. 10-plus yard completions.
There we go.
Calvin Austin and Tyler Vaughns.
There we go. I like it.
Kenny Pickett stock up.
I like
Trubisky stock down, unfortunately. Steelers with another live tackle session. Benny Snow, a great 16-yard run. Stiff arming through a defender.
Okay.
Mateo Durant showing power and running hard, but he needs to buckle that chin strap. Helmet coming off twice today. A little shaken up. All right, how many more we got? We got a few more here.
I like that, though. Let's go.
See, here's where the news starts getting a little bit bad. Actually, this is one more before the news starts getting bad.
Now, when you said it gets bad, who's it getting bad for?
You'll hear.
Okay.
Slot corner getting busier with Carl Joseph seeing snaps there again.
Oh.
But team still getting rookie Carlin Splatel snaps. Yeah, seeing time at outside cornerback today.
I was saying Patel, remember he had the interception early on in training camp as well. Was that on?
It was on Pickett.
I didn't know if it was him or Trubisky. Yeah, so he had one earlier. Yep.
Here's where it gets bad. Highsmith has wrap around his waist. His day is done.
Around his waist. All right, so let's see. Waist is back, core muscles, hip flexors. All right. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like.
That's not good news.
I don't like that news at all, especially when you're talking about the third outside linebacker, and we're hoping that one of those guys can emerge.
You were talking highly about Tuska, though.
No. No. But like I said, in the sense of
10 tackles, for, like 10 sacks for Tuska.
No. In all seriousness, though, I think that he's in the conversation for it. I think the front runner of that next tier is Jannard Avery, though.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
we haven't heard his name too much.
Yeah, but trust me on this. Like, Jannard, he's advanced. He looks like he belongs out there. He has a natural ability to rush. He has a natural toughness about him and edgy. I told you, like, he's still like a sawed off dude. Like, he's jacked though. You know what I mean? Like, he got that compact little squatty build to him. Like I said, like Debo, like not Debo, but Debo, like, you know what I mean? So to me, I think that he's the one that I like as the front runner for that third spot. But what I am saying is that Scott and Tuska, I do think that both of those guys, though, to a certain extent, have done some things. Delonte Scott is what I'm referring to for those that didn't know, but I do think that they've done some stuff as well that's going to make it just interesting to see when the preseason games start to happen. All right, you can look good in practice, and that's fine. But if you go out here in this game and you don't get a sack, and Delonte Scott or Derek Tuska goes out and get 2 sacks and get 2 TFLs, I don't care as much about what you're doing in practice because they did it under the lights. So is that type of stuff for them where I'm like, they still are close enough. And it's not a knock on any. I just think that all three have been playing well. That's the thing. It's like they're all doing good. But Derek should be doing good. This is what, his third year here now?
I thought second, because didn't we sign him?
We signed him.
Oh, man. What happened?
We signed him.
No, we cut Jameer Jones, and then we signed him, and then he played literally in that Bengals game right after we signed him. I was like, what are we doing here?
I thought, it could have been last year. No.
If I had to bet money,
No, it was last year because last year was Ben's last season. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And it was like, man.
But he came in how to play. And he had to chase down, we were talking about Ingram, or I think it was somebody we were talking about. It was like, yo, this guy's like chilling right here, and you see Tuska like sprint. That was the other one. Never mind. That was 5-5. Yeah.
I just remember in that Bengals game being really ticked off. And this was also my reason for optimism going forward at that point in the season. Like, we could turn this around, still make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because we had Tuska starting, and we literally just picked him off the street. I don't know if he started, but he played a lot of snaps that he probably shouldn't have. Because TJ was hurt. And I think...
Yeah, because this is his third year in the league.
Was Highsmith hurt too? We only had either Ingram or Highsmith out there.
Yeah, so he was in Denver in 2020. He came to us in 2021. Played 15 games, though. Yeah. 2 sacks. Forced fumble.
Do I need
he gonna be in that conversation,
take
bro.
it easy on him? Maybe I'm too hard on him.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Well, let's see what he does in the preseason, because last year I was very right, I think, on my assessment of Marsh. Whenever we talked about Marsh, is he gonna make the team? I was like, he ain't doing anything out there.
Still had a sack in a game
against us in the regular season.
That's all I'm
he didn't do
saying.
anything with the Steelers in preseason,
That's all I'm
though.
saying,
or in the
man.
regular season, really.
Marston done some stuff, man.
So let's see what Tuska does in preseason.
That's all.
He's learning how to long snap a little bit. In case our long snapper goes down, he won't
fly
it over the
Shout out
punter's
to
head.
Christian, man. Christian been doing his thing as the long snapper, man. I got Christian the homie. All right, we ain't getting rid of Christian just yet.
In case he goes down, though, you never know.
If he goes down, yes. But Christian, you keep doing your thing, man.
All right, I think this is kind of like the last one in terms of the play. Goal line drill. Snell first carry. Minka Fitzpatrick meets him in the hole. Pushes Powell back for a stop. Minka taking his Wheaties.
Savage. And he ain't even in pads like that. Let's go. Savage.
Here's where the news gets devastating, though. Offensive guard Kevin Dotson getting right foot looked at by the trainer. Shoe now off. He put his shoe back on and was on his feet to end the day. All right, that's pretty good.
Okay.
That didn't work in the final team period. Kendrick Green getting first and second team reps.
Yeah, that's the part of training camp that does suck. When you in a competition and your guy get hurt, you like, bruh, wait a minute now. I didn't sign up for you to get hurt, okay? I want my reps, not both of our reps. Yeah, I feel for you, Kendrick. But no, man. Hopefully it isn't anything too significant for Dotson. Obviously he's in a competition, and we feel like when he's healthy, he's one of our better offensive linemen. So you definitely want to see him come back. Good that he put the cleat back on, but it's one of them things, man. We'll have to just wait and find out from the team. And when they give us information, it's still weird right now. They don't have to do a ton of updates and a ton of reports about what's going on, serious, doubtful, and all that. So we're kind of all in the dark with that thing. But I do like the fact for Kendrick Green on the alternative is, if you want to show that you belong in this league, that you should be a starting offensive lineman, well, you're going to get opportunity now. You're going to have a lot more reps, and you're going to be able to do this without them being able to look back at Dotson, depending on how long he's out. Because it could be that he just doesn't play on Saturday. Cool. But regardless of that, for Kendrick Green, regardless of how long Dotson is out, you take this as an opportunity to put out there hot tape. It's a great feeling when you're putting out great play after great play, and they over there looking at you, and it's like, well, you ain't got no tape right now. We ain't got no rebuttal from you. It's not he did this. Can he respond? It's just me putting dope after dope after dope after dope. And sometimes when you talk about competitions, that's what you need. Just enough to build you some lead, get you some headway. Or in Kendrick's case, being able to close that ground. Those are the things that become available to you when a guy goes down. So hopefully, like I said, it's not too serious for Dotson, but on the alternative for Kendrick, man, understand what this scenario is, man. You take this thing as a blessing and you go ahead and make the most of it.
The two things that are in Green's favor, let's not say competition. Let's just say playing guard versus what he did last year, because that's his more natural position.
Correct.
That's one thing. But also, his movement, his athleticism that we talked about, and this Canada offense. You were out there seeing some of these Canada plays. Like, there's a lot more movement, some side-to-side stuff,
he's a guy that can play in space. That was one of the things that he did do well last year. We would see him get downfield. We would talk about how, like, man, this dude's really running. He's getting after it. Like, that is what he brings to the table. That's one of his assets. So, yeah, him as the guard, when you're talking about pulling right and left, yeah, he should be really good in that capacity in terms of getting out there. Now, we'll have to see what the point of contact looks like, but that's a different conversation. But in terms of his pulling ability, to me, yeah, you're not going to find a better offensive lineman than we have right now that can move laterally like how he can move. We're not talking about the finished product of the block and moving people, but just the movement laterally, north and south. Yeah, Kendrick does do that, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is there anyone else we want to check out on Twitter? In terms of like just going through the threads?
Was it right now, man.
Shout out to Alex Kazor for that.
Yeah, because